Chad and I first met while we both worked at the Garland Police Department. He has been a police officer there for almost 15 years, and at the time I was working as a crime scene investigator there. We didn't get together right away, and it took some time, but when we finally did get together, I knew right away it was meant to be.
We had met a few times at a Red River club, like a dance club. So the more we got to talking, the more we just hit it off. I like Debbie's sense of humor. She has a very silly personality sometimes, makes me laugh. I like that she's an aggressive type when she needs to be. She likes to fight for things. And I like that she is very caring and comforting to me. She's very supportive, like kind of nurturing.
Chad is a big fan of the Bluesmobile car and the Blues Brothers movie, and so I pulled off the biggest surprise ever for Chad by secretly arranging for the Bluesmobile car to make an appearance at our ceremony. I tracked down the owner, who just happens to live in McKinney, and he agreed to let us borrow the car for the ceremony, and I managed to keep it a secret from Chad for a long time.
I want to do the best for our kids, obviously, and really support each other. And through that example, we'll really kind of set the tone for the kids so they know how moms and dads are supposed to act together.
We decided to renew our wedding vows for so many reasons. First, we wanted to reaffirm the vows we took 10 years ago and also make new promises to each other and just have a fresh start. Also, when we got married 10 years ago, we did not have a big ceremony. It was a simple courtroom ceremony. I had no wedding dress. I was in a t-shirt and jeans. We had no family or friends there to see us. No wedding pictures, nothing. And so one day, back before we decided to have the vow renewal ceremony, our 5-year-old daughter, she asked me if she could see my wedding dress from back when we got married. I had to tell her, well, no, baby, mommy doesn't have a wedding dress. Then she wanted to see wedding pictures, and again, I had to tell her, no, baby, mommy doesn't have wedding pictures either. It broke my heart to tell her that, and it was then that I decided I wanted my big wedding day. That day you dream about when you're a little girl. I wanted a wedding dress to show my daughter, wedding pictures. I wanted to walk down the aisle in a wedding dress. I wanted my little girl to be our flower girl, and I wanted our son to be right there with me as I walked down the aisle. When he first told me he loved me, it was like a scene in a movie and something I will never forget. It was outside in the freezing rain in an alley behind a long abandoned Target store. And in that moment, he had me, and I could not deny my feelings anymore.
The thing I remember though is the night I told her I was in love with her. It was behind a Target supermarket at work in the rain. I was in my patrol car, she was in her forensics van, and I called her over there just to tell her I was in love with her.
Chad has so many odd quirks that make me love him even more. One is that his nose is always so stuffy, so he always has to have nasal spray constantly. He has one in every room of the house, and also inside my purse. Another cute quirk he has is that he hugs his pillow at night when he goes to sleep. He also snores so bad. He is probably going to say that I snore, but no, he snores way worse than I do.
Well, I'll answer the individual first. What I've learned in the last 10 years of being married is that love takes a lot of work.
10 years of marriage has taught us so much as a couple and as individuals. While everyone's situation is different, marriage to me is not a one-time decision, but it's an ongoing process. You go through life together, and that includes all the ups and downs. So many couples out there give up and don't stay together. But Chad and I are still very much together despite there being so many roadblocks along our journey. So marriage has taught me to see things through to the end. It's not over just because you have a little or a big bump in the road. You knock it out and you get right back on that road.